and this is Trisha, and welcome to my channel. Today I decided to bake some cookies. I have an old recipe that I used to make quite often, and usually around the holidays. It was an oatmeal cookie, so I decided to dig out the recipe. Now, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you guys and if I've ever made a video for this, but I thought, why not? Let's go ahead and do that because I am craving these cookies. I also mentioned them to my son and he wants them. So let me dig out my recipe. I believe this is it. Yes, my cranberry walnut oatmeal cookies. It's just written on a little paper here, as you can see, and I've kept it in my little box. So let's get to baking. I'm going to start off with a nice big bowl. I also have my oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now in my bowl I have 3/4 cups of white granulated sugar and 3/4 cups of brown sugar. I'm using the dark, but you can use the light. You could also use your sugar substitutes if you prefer. I'm going to crack 2 eggs into this sugars. And now I want to blend all of these really well. If you prefer, use your stand mixer. Alright, you just want to mix this so that you don't have any large clumps of your brown sugar. Little tiny ones aren't too bad because they're almost like little candy inside of your cookies. And here I have 1 stick of unsalted softened butter. If you prefer not to use unsalted and you want to use salted, that is your choice. I did also help to soften it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. And now I want to blend this in till it's all nicely mixed together. Make sure you blend this all nice and smooth, and add a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm adding in a teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and now we're going to blend this all in really well. Now, if you're not catching any of my measurements, don't worry because I will put the whole recipe in the description box below. Alright, so now that I have everything all nicely blended, I'm going to add 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm just going to add a little bit at a time and blend it in. Alright, I have mixed in all the flour really well, and as I was adding in the flour, I went ahead and I switched over to a wooden spoon just to help my hand and not mess up my little whisk. And like I said, you could do this in a stand mixer. I'm going to start blending in 3 cups of old-fashioned oats. So 1 cup at a time. Now I'm going to blend in a whole cup of dried cranberries. If you prefer raisins or dried blueberries, use those, or maybe a combination. And last, I'm going to add a cup of coarsely chopped walnuts. Now, you could also chop these up a little bit finer if you prefer them in smaller bits, or just leave them big chunks like I have done. We're also going to blend those in. And this should be ready. Alright, my cookie dough is all mixed up, and of course my oven has been preheated for some time now. And I've got 2 sheets here, 2 baking sheets. And I've actually put some parchment paper, but you can use your non-stick or silicone, whatever you prefer to use. And I've already put 1 cookie on here just so I could see what measurement I'm going to use, and I can let you know. Alright, normally I just use a regular spoon, but today I'm using this small little cookie scoop. So I'm just generously filling it up, and then I'm just going to press it down like that. And that's what I'm going to do for the rest of my cookies. And I've got 2 sheets here because I don't recall exactly how many cookies I can make. Of course, that all depends on what size you scoop up. Now, if you make them a bigger scoop, make sure you put them much more separated than what I've done here. And now I can see that I'm just going to take a little bit off of this one. It looks a little bit bigger than the rest. Maybe this one too. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill up my 2 sheets, put them in the oven, and bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on them. I don't want them to get too brown. I just want them nice and toasty, goldenish if you prefer. And then I'll let you know how many cookies I actually made with this particular batch at this particular size. All right, everyone, my cookies are all done and they are completely cooled before I stack them up on this nice plate. Now, I only baked them for 16 minutes. I found that was a perfect timing. I'm at a very low, elevation here, so it all depends on your oven. Now, the recipe does say 20 to 25 minutes, but I would check it at about 15. Now, altogether, I made 48 cookies. They do vary in size. I have some pretty big ones and some others that are, kind of small. So it all just depends on how you decide to spoon them onto your sheets. All right, so now I think it's time to give it a taste. All right, so let's give these cookies a taste. Let's pop them open. Look at that. They're mostly crunchy, all right? I can feel the texture. They're all nice and crunchy. I used to call these rock cookies because I actually used to make them a lot bigger and fatter, so they look like some rocks. All right, everyone. I took a taste. My mouth was full. I can taste the yummy brown sugar. There's the crunch of the walnuts. And of course, that sweet, chewy bite of the dried cranberries and that oatmeal. That oatmeal is going to give you a nice, hearty cookie. You probably just need one to get you through the day. And as you can see, we have tons of them. So I am actually going to pack these up, refrigerate, freeze them if I have to. Hey, take some over to your neighbor or to mom, dad, the kids, whomever, your friends at work. Hey, why not? These are delicious. I'm gonna give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up and leave a kind comment down below and let me know what you think of my recipe. Do you have something similar? What does your family like to have? Do you only bake cookies during the holidays, or do you ever get that little urge to go ahead and do that even in the middle of summer? Which is kind of where I'm at because it's always summer here in Texas. All right, everyone, if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that red subscribe button right there. And after that, you'll see a little bell. So you want to go ahead and click on that and choose all so that you get notified of all of my videos as soon as I upload them. I want to thank you very much for watching. And as always, enjoy.